foundation that will help a person in his life a lot. How to build it up. Yeah. Give one to Chaim, give one to him, give one to Chaim. I made it much more focused, more easier. Give one to him, and one to him. Moshe, you have one, Moshe? So come here, Moshe, come. Moshe, come. Yeah. Sit down, I want to see you close by, not far. I want to see you. Sit there, I want to see you. Come close by. Moshe, I want to see you. Huh? You see better? Okay. See better? Okay. Today, we want to learn we said it yesterday, but today I want to focus one to cool the inner piece. Take like one piece, medayik something, and when this piece open up a big open up in our mind, a big foundation. V'hinei be'emes is the last part. V'hinei be'emes. You have the last part. V'hinei be'emes ein kol chodosh. I want to say this Nekuda, emphasize this Nekuda very much, because David, I emphasize this Nekuda very much, because this will open up our mind and I'll change you very much in Avodas Hashem. This is so. Ube'emes. Ube'emes. Ein kol chodosh. Mishu tzadik yoitem b'chukam yoitem. B'chol mi lay down. If you're tzaddik, you're more chacham in the middle down.
What's going on?
What's going on in the world? It's a big mistake. If you're tzaddik, you know what is going on in the world. You know more what's going on in the world. Now, how he continues. It's not enough. Ki aboire boro mineda shmaya uboro dinanam. Hashem created both. Also created the mineda shamayim, and also created midah. Both a creation of Hashem.
What's the second one?
Ki hu.
No, Mi'alma. You said shamayim.
Ba'alma is the world.
The world.
The world. Midah, the things of the world. Now, this is the biggest soul of Israel. This is one of the atomic bombs.
We said because it's a relationship.
No, it means if Hashem created us, Hashem created both. Also Milah Deshmaya, and also Milah Da'ala. He created both. So both is from Hashem.
I know, but you say key. It's related to what came before. What's the relationship?
He said, if you're more tzaddik, and you're more chacham, also Milah Da'ala. It means it's both. Yeah, Milah Deshmaya. It means you know, I go like this. How much you know more Gemara, how much Shulchan Aruch, how much you know Torah, you know what is going on in the world much more. Now, because Hashem created also the world and also the Torah. Both is creation of Hashem. Now he tells you the soul.
Shemai means Torah.
What? Shemai means Torah.
Means Torah?
Torah.
That's not what it simply means.
Shemai. How you use everything is Shemai.
Shemai is Shemai. Torah is Torah.
What does Shemai mean?
Shemai means Shemai.
What does Shemai mean?
What does it mean? What does
Shemai means nothing. Oh, it's.
Okay, so.
Chaim, what does Shemai mean? Chaim, wake up. What does Shemai mean? I say Torah. Torah comes from the Shemai. Chaim, because this is my svara.
Okay.
I just svara. I know if you have a different svara, I don't mind. To say lav dafka is not enough for me. To say small, I'll be happy to.
Okay.
Because I have different things. What I have over Shammai, because the Pasuk says, I have 15 re'ais for that. It's not the point now, because the Shammai says, as the Shammai says Torah. And the Pasuk, the Dvorim says, Lo Shammai.
So Shemayim is the who gave Shemayim, all the things, there's a whole structure.
No, but everything is the Shemayim is part of the earth. So it's not Shemayim. Shemayim has to be above his ruchnius. It's different together.
So ruchnius is not Torah, ruchnius is ruchnius.
Ruchnius is Torah.
No, it's Torah.
Okay, it's another Chaim. Chaim, get the words how you want to make it.
Ruchnius is Torah.
Chaim, take the word is Shamayim, how you magdir it. Take it and learn another. We can figure out what does Shamayim mean. Figure out what yourself. Yirat Shamayim. What does Yirat Shamayim mean? Fear the Shamayim. What do you mean? Shamayim is Hashem. It doesn't say Hashem. It's the Shamayim.
I know that your father explained what he was.
Okay, it's explanation, but that's
okay.
So that doesn't say Shamayim. That's Hashem. Right. So then you have to know what Shamayim mean.
Okay,
so it's it doesn't say Shammai, so it's not. So is it Shammai? What do you mean Shammai? So you have to mind that.
So you're saying it's Torah, so you don't know.
No. I'm trying to say is Kebi. No, Vadai. That's not the point I'm trying to say. How you magdi Shammai except Shammai? I want to say it means Torah. You can agree with me. You say this time it's Torah. Knowing the Torah. You can do with me. You can argue with me. It's a subject with Atzma. It's a subject with Atzma. What does Shammai mean?
You should have said Torah, because that's a big...
Meaning Shammai. Shammai is the color of everything. Okay? This is what I understand. It's a soup called Shammai. Okay, let's go like this. Now this is the key word here. This is the very important. I mean, you take this paper. I cut part of it.
The end tells you what is mean the Shammai.
Yeah, so
it says nice of the Rashaz.
Okay, wait. Let's take the scene. And he says like this. This is the key word here. This is so important, this word. If this and the word now is saying now the line says. The ein lonu. You have it, Chaim?
Yeah, but the key is so big. He said the key is a reason why we just said before about tzaddik and relationship. You didn't draw the relationship.
Listen, I read again. I'm going to start again from the beginning. V'hinei be'emes. I'll start again from the beginning. But listen to that, because we'll listen from the beginning till then. V'hinei be'emes. En kol chodesh. There's nothing new I'm telling you. Ki mishu tzaddik yoter mechukom yoter. Who is a bigger tzaddik? He's the most smart the most. Bechol mile down. And everything that was going on in the world. Why? Ki Aboy Hashem created Boire Boro Mile Dishmaya. He created the words of the heaven. Ubara, and he created Mil down. He created the things of the earth, of the world.
So that's supposed to prove the last statement. How's it prove?
That it proves it because he created both.
And therefore, how does that
Therefore,
knows more?
No, wait, no, because a moment Hashem created both, and a tzaddik does both. Tzaddik, by definition, does both. Shemele is, he has to know both. The tzaddik knows both. Now, this is a key word. This is the key word of Chaim. Not the Chiddush, everybody knows. But this Chiddush is saying now, Chaim, this will blow your mind of Chaim. The Eiladu Mavoy. You know what Mavoy mean? No. You have no gate. No, like Mavoy is like a bubble. What does Mavoy mean? No petach. Is no way. Le'akir, to recognize Mile Dishmaya, is no way to understand the words of the heaven. To recognize the words of the heaven. Rak, only at the Mile Dishmaya. Only if you understand the words of this world.
Of what?
Of Bemila Dalma, of this world. Open your mind, it's a big thing.
Right.
To understand
Right.
that big.
That's a big difference.
What? I explain the concepts. To understand spirituality, meaning the Torah. To understand Hashem You have to understand this world.
It's the only way.
It's the only way to understand.
It's only introduction.
It's only a conduction. This world is a conduction to the second world. But you don't start with the heavens. This is the Mevo. Mevo means it's the way to go. The way to vote to get to the second, to the heaven, to all the things, the Torah and everything, recognize the heaven is by recognize this world. You have to be in, now it continues. Explains it more. Ke'inyan, he makes like a muscle to understand. Shenema, Sulam Mussar Atza, Da'ainu Mile Dalma, your feet is like you have a ladder. You have a ladder has to be in the ground, and the end of the ladder has to be in the heavens. V'roisho magia shamayna mina shamayna. What is mina shamayna? Is magdi mina shamayna. Maise bereshis or maise melkova. This is called mina shamayna. Says clearly. Dainu. She says like this. Again, to understand what is going on, if you have to be your feet has to be in this world, and your head, and your head has to be even like a ladder, has to be the end in the heavens means knowing Maise Bereshis and Maise Makor. Unbelievable chidush. Belekach, because of that big chidush ad me'oid. Kol tzadikim, all the tzadikim, Ava Mitzvah Yaakov Moshe Aaron Dov Shlomo. The Goldstein film, the only Mukub, everybody, Kol tzadikim, Giboirim was strong. Bechol minei de alma, what all was going on in the world. The tzadikim was strong, was going on in the world. Ubemile de Shmai also going on the head, was going on the Shemai. Like who is the example? Kavrom Avinu Olav Hashem B'Chadom. Our example is Avrom Avinu. This is a big chiddush. Unbelievable chiddush. Unbelievable chiddush. Our mind is not closed. Our mind is open. Our mind has to be open. You have to know what's going on. Everything is going on in the world. It means you have to know it. To understand the world, you have to understand.
Well, we should listen to the news on the internet.
The news is not the world. The news is not the world. The news is what people tell you what's going on. It's not the world.
The trees grow out of the ground.
You have to understand. If you think the news telling the world is the world, and not the news that tells the world.
Birds flying around.
You have to understand. I'm explaining. You have to understand. You have to understand. Very good question. Very good question. Start with yourself, like we said beginning. Knowing yourself, knowing your character, knowing you have the character of anger and kind of laziness, knowing your opposites in you, knowing your physicality, what's going on yourself, recognizing yourself, and be a master of yourself. Knowing it, and be smart to know when to use that, and when to be angry, and when you have to be relaxed, when you have to shut up, and when you have to talk. It's 28 things, times, like the Mishnah Krala says. It's time for this, it's time for that. It's time for this, everything is time for it. So you have to know when to use this character in you, when you use that character. It's Chochmah. So it's not an administrator. We have body. This is my body. I handle myself like according to my body. What my body says, I have to do it. My body says to do this, I have to do that. My body says to do this. This is not the system. It's not the way. The way is. This is, it says it here. Listen. He said like this. Listen.
Just jump from this to that.
Mile Dishmaya. He asked you a question. I answered the question now. You got to answer the question. He asked you a question. I'm answering it. He asked you a question. I'm answering it. What was the answer? So Mele is, he has to be knowing himself. Knowing himself and then they'll start knowing, know how to know news. The news is this is for people after they know themselves, and know what's going on. They know who is a human being, and they know is yourself, and know is his friend and neighbor, and know is a man, and know is a woman, and know is what is types like this, types like that. No nations, and know what's going on. Is Israel, America, all the nations. Then they can have the news to know what's going on. This is already high level, but not a regular person. News is the worst poison that exists in the world. Destroy it. Because you don't know how to handle it right. What? They don't know. They don't handle it right. They don't tell you. You don't gain from it. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help you from item. It doesn't help you. It depresses you. It doesn't pick you up. You have to know is. I tell you. I say this story. My father-in-law, Zechat Tzavach, used to listen to the news every hour. And then we listened, and after he listened to the news, he said, what you heard in the news? He says, you don't want to listen to the news. And this for 20 times he said it. He showed this, you have to listen to the news. He shows how to listen to the news. You can listen to the news, you don't hear right things. You don't hear what you have to hear. To hear news, you have to like a Sicha Zissel Broide. He used to listen to the news. You have to know how to listen to the news. I listen to the news. The Chofetz Chaim, when he used to read a newspaper, he almost fainted. He almost said, wow, you know how to listen, how to see. There's a high level to know how to newspaper, and a very high level to see a newspaper. It's a very high level to read a newspaper. Newspaper is a very high level to read a newspaper. Very high level to hear news, because because they tell you, they try to push the ideas in you. They push their own opinion. They say this or newspapers and the news. They try to push their ideas to you, and you have to hear between the things, how to listen, how to hear. This is a high level to hear that. His first thing is you learn chavusa to hear your chavusa. Talking to your wife, to hear your wife, what she says, to know how to communicate with people, to know how to talk to people, communicate, to see the other side. There's so much work to do before that. You want to be a human being, to know how to care about people. There's so much more to get before you start. They tell you, corrupt your head and all the things that makes you in illusions and ideas, and you're not living in this world because of the newspapers, and because of the news, it makes you in this world not to have. It takes you out of this world because of that. You're not even living here. There's so much poison, you have no idea. It's worse they can be. They corrupt you like you never saw. Because if you know how to use it, that helps you the most. Again, if you know how to listen to the news, and you know how to listen to it, you can grow from it and the Shiur. You have to be that level. You know how to listen, you know how to hear it. So that is like everything. It's like you're taking a very hard case and know how to handle it. But here it teaches you have to know Milei de Alma. You have to hear when people talk. Listen. How people think. How people walk. How people see things. And you learn from it. And try to learn people. Try to relate. You do a chesed. Something is not a chesed. Somebody do a favor to someone. It's not a favor. You're hurting him. You embarrass him. Somebody give a person $100, and he gets embarrassed because he gave $100 because he feared price. I'll get $100. Means I'm a person that needs. I'm a person in a hard case, and he get $100. He gets embarrassed with $100 to get. So you don't help him. You think you're helping him, you're hurting him. And some people, you give him $100, he'll be the happiest person in the world. You have to know that person. You have to know the other people. You have to know what's going on in other people's minds, what they think, and what's going on. This is a world. You have to know it's called Milei de Alma. Milei de Alma goes on yourself, and how people dress, and clothes, everything, emotions and feelings, and all the parts of the world that's going on in the world. Open your eyes and try to start to know what's going on in the world. Milei de Alma. Milei de Alma. You have to start to know. I said that, I heard this from the Rosh Yeshiva, he said it. The Rosh Yeshiva said years ago, Rabbi Soyer, We said, when children are born, till they get the mitzvahs, they're 3, 4 years old. What you learn, we see a baby. What you learn, we look at that baby. What you look on? You look at the character. You learn him. You learn the character of the child. When he's only 1 year old, he doesn't talk, he doesn't learn, but you learn his character that later, you write it down, and then you know later, when he comes 16 years old, or 18 years old, you know how to handle him because you know his character when he's a child. You learn him. It's not, you look at the baby kissing, hugging, in a dream world, you don't do your job. You did your job, you're learning a child. Every day is a new idea, you learn the child. Who he is, you know the character of the children. You know how to handle them. You know what they need, what they love, what they don't need. You learn your children. And it's the same thing as people, the same way. So concept Sichas says a big foundation. Learn Milei de Alma. Learn what's going on in the world. You have to learn it. That will give you the mavo, will get you to learn Milei de Shmaya. So I don't say not close the Gemara. Pshitana means, but even the Milei de Alma means you have to know what's going on, you have to pay attention to it. When you're learning, and when you're learning Gemara, you have to pay attention on these things, and you're learning, and you're talking to people, and you have to know what's going on. What people is going on in the world. Every person is a world. Every person, and every person has the same world as the other person. You have to learn the people, and you have to make everything in the right time, in the right moment. Because sometimes if you, like you said, you have to be good to one person. Some people only hear when you scream at them. Some people only hear when you're nice to them. So you have to know who's the person in front of you. You want to help people. Sometimes you do a mitzvah, you do a big savela. Because you don't know who's the person in front of you. You don't know who they are really. This is called Milei de Alma. Know yourself, know the people, start to learn the subject. This is the Chiddush of Samikah. He says, and how much you're big at tzaddik, you know your chocha, you understand what's going on in the world more. Asama Mikelim is famous. He didn't talk to a person after he saw him for 3 days.
Until he saw him.
3 days. Someone had talked to him. Only after 3 days he talked to him. So he came to Missal Salam and says, what is this? It's a very strange action. So he says, Kuloch Rayoch Rayusi Umum Eimbo. He's 100% clean, he knows what he's doing. Because how I could talk to a person if I don't know who he is? How I could talk to a person, Sami Kelem. He didn't talk to a person until he saw him in front of him for 3 days. He had to learn who I'm talking to. It looks strange. Every person says, Shalom Aleichem, and this. So Sami Kelem at Hanoga. He doesn't talk to a person after, only if he sees him 3 days before. And 3 days in front of him. He has to learn him. So it looks like it's strange. It's not strange. We're living in a world of education. The world of education is you have to educate yourself to know what's going on yourself in the world. So you have to start to train yourself who you talk to. You don't talk to everybody. You don't talk to everybody. Because if you talk to everybody, by definition, you make mistakes. Because you have to know what you talk. I mean, you can say Shalom Aleichem, you have to say to everybody. It's Allah and Shulchan Aruch. Shalom Aleichem is the beginning. But to talk to it, to sing, and to grab, and like everyone stands, a taxi driver, tell him he comes your friend after 2 minutes, and he drive buses, and drive, everyone you see him, he comes to be like, if they lose their home.
What about Kiruv?
Very good. The Kiruv is, very good question, Kiruv is also, a lot of it is emotions and feelings, and not so much talking. You have to know, you have beginning. Derech Eretz is called the beginning of things that starts between people. That starts in Kiruv. Shalom. How you say Shalom Aleichem? That is a world. How you accept someone is a world. So that doesn't connect it First you have to work on yourself. You know, you have to know, this is learning people, learning how to accept people when they come. Not the first thing you judge people and who they are. You have to be a man of, when you see a person, accept him where he is. And then you say, Shalom Aleichem. It's a different Shalom Aleichem. You have to work on yourself so much that you're learning yourself, you're learning others. This is a umnus, a profession. A profession. You know what a profession umnus means? And that will help you to understand Gemara, will help you to understand Chumash, will help you to understand Mishnayos, to know all Shas Mishnayos, Bab Yisham, Sifi Sifro, Michilta, to know all the Torah Kula, when you start to learn the worlds and this world. Open your mind. See here, in this room here, 25 worlds. 25 people in the Spanish, about 30 people. And 30 worlds in this way Spanish. 30 worlds. Learn about them. Learn about yourself. Learn about them. Because everyone is different. Everyone thinks different. Everyone is a world different. And you have to talk to them different. You have to learn how to handle them. When you start to learn that and start yourself, and the character, everyone has different character. Midos wise. Everyone's different midos. Everyone's different history. Everyone has a different book. History of life. Everyone has different history of life. Everyone different background. Everyone different education with that do now. Start to learn about it, and then you start to know how to relate to people, and talk to people. Then opens up your mind. Starts to open up with Vida Deshmaya. What's going on there? This opens up the thing. Hashem will help us with something. Again, you got a Reb Chaim? This is what he means here. This says, I only took one point today because I thought this is the biggest story. I mean, it's still, there's so much to work in this piece, much more. But I took one thing. If you come a diamond in your hand, you have to know. You have to be a master of yourself. You see, if you master yourself, you can handle these things. But if you're like an animal, you don't think what you do. You don't let your mind control yourself. You're like an animal. So you handle people like an animal. You're an animal, and everybody's like an animal. So you're not even in the world of education, the world of growing. Stop. Be a human being. Be smart. Start to handle yourself. Start to grow. Start to understand what's going on around you. And start to educate yourself, other people. And that, when you do start to do that, you start to, and the Torah pures you. Barati etzarora, barati Torah tamim. The Torah pures you. The Torah, it makes you pure. To take away the eye. The Shiur used to say. The Torah takes away your eye away from you. Your eye. Your eye. It's not me. You see the other person. The Torah pures you. Torah makes you pure. The pure Torah makes you to see not only me. I see me. Torah opens you to see others, to see what's going on. It's the Koach HaTorah. Barati etzarora. But Torah helps you. And the Torah teaches you, educates you how you take your eye away, and what you do, and you start to emulate Hashem. Be like Hashem. What do you mean by Hashem? Hashem is merciful. Hashem is be like Hashem. Emulate Hashem. So emulate Hashem, act like Hashem. And you have to know time and place and who you're talking to. And how you know that is to start to use a chokhmah. Chokhmah. So you have to start to learn about it. And when he says start to learn about people, yourself, and that's what open up to you to understand what's going on in the Shammai.